Hey there. So I'm shooting this at 3:22 Central U.S. time. Still no Kickstarter. Uh, we've been sending emails. If anybody out there knows another way to get a hold of the Kickstarter people, that'd be great. But otherwise, we can't do a thing until they do their thing. That's what's going on. I'm still hopeful that it will be today. If not today, keep an eye out over the weekend, because we will look every single day and we will push every single day until we kick this puppy going. In the meantime, more stuff about what's going to happen in terms of the Kickstarter. In this case, I'm actually going to cover the book itself, the core book that you'll be pledging on, the main original purpose of the Kickstarter, which is Shaintar Legends Unleashed. People have been asking, what makes this truly epic? What makes it bigger? What are we getting that this is an entire book dedicated to heroic and legendary? So I thought one of the things I should do is give you an example of a couple of spells that go in, they're high magic versions, because high magic is one of the huge things that I'm adding to not only Shaintar, but quite frankly, for anybody running fantasy of any kind or anything that involves magic. Or, I mean, you could even employ this to other stuff. I'm sure any creative GM out there or developer out there can figure out a way to use these things. But specifically, this is high magic spell casting. And one of the things that's going on with high magic is that when you choose high magic as a level up, and I keep looking over at a document, it's kind of just up to the camera. Each time you take it, you apply it to a specific power that you currently have. When you do, you get 2 to 3 high magic options, and these options are all part of it. You get them automatically, and some of them qualify as what is considered ritual, which is something that takes a long time to do, but usually has a very permanent or very long-lasting effect. It's almost always permanent. The other type is the combat ones, and they're just harder to do. All the combat ones usually have an essence cost that is in addition to the standard essence cost. So there's an additional amount of essence. There's a casting modifier. It makes it much harder to do. And that's just, you've got to be really good to pull these kinds of spells off. So this is the kind of thing where magic proficiency and being a master, where you roll in D12 plus 2, for example, really good idea, getting bonuses. And then, when you're done casting a spell like this, you have to make a separate check, a vigor check, to potentially be fatigued by casting these spells. So they're rough. You don't want to just throw them willy-nilly. This is that, okay, it's time, let's cast the big one. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Let's go with armor. So you have the armor power or spell as a spellcaster, and you take high magic armor. The 3 options are armor skin, which is a ritual. It's casting modifiers -8, and rituals you can get people to help you, so people could make cooperative rolls to help you. And it costs times 15 essence to pull off. So usually you want to have access to a source of power. The filaments and loci, which are mentioned in Legends Arise. You want to be near one of those, or a place of power, or have an item of power. Or you need a bunch of people helping you with Essence Link to pour enough essence into this to pull it off. If you pull it off, you can bestow permanent armor on someone, or something of roughly the size of a person. So this was a way to basically cast armor permanently on someone. The second one for armor is Bulwark. It's +4 essence cost, -4 casting modifier. It's not itself a permanent thing, but when casting the armor skin ritual, you can add this as an additional effect that you're adding permanently to someone. This effect makes the recipient of the armor hardy, as per the monstrous ability, meaning they do not take extra damage from a second shaken result. They also gain +2 to all vigor rolls and +2 on all rolls to resist the push maneuver or other efforts to move them. So that's a cool enhancement. You can cast it in combat whenever you cast armor on yourself or someone, giving them additional defenses. And then there's the immunity high magic effect. It's +6 essence per additional immunity. Casting modifier is -3 for each additional immunity. It can also be added to the armor skin ritual, but itself is not permanent. Use of this effect allows the recipient to enjoy immunity from a source of damage, much like the monstrous ability of the same name. An immunity could be chosen from the list below. And there's air, darkness, earth, fire, light, lightning, metal, water, wood, and other stuff as the GM permits. So that's what you can do with the armor spell. Another one that I think people will generally be kind of interested in is the bolt spell. I'm scrolling down to that now. Bolt, if you take it, it only has 2, but they're 2 really good ones. Greater bolts cost +3 essence, magic casting modifier -3. Applying this high magic effect to bolt empowers it tremendously. The damage dice are raised from d6s to d10s. And then you can combine it with the other effect, which is called onslaught, and the essence and casting modifiers stack. Onslaught is +2 per each additional bolt, -4 casting modifier, +2 essence per each additional bolt. When using this high magic option for the bolt power, the caster can throw forth a number of additional bolts equal to 1/2 his smarts die. The caster may use either version of the bolt power, 3 2d6 bolts or a single 3d6 bolt. When using this effect, all the additional bolts are equivalent in power. Works just like the normal bolt power. A separate arcane skill die is rolled for each bolt, with a single wild die for the whole thing. So, example of Smart's D10 Archmage casts Onslaught with 3 2d6 bolts. He would roll 8 arcane skill dice and 1 wild die, assigning 1 to a target. It's still a single action. So you can see how high magic can have some pretty awesome effects. It elevates spell casting to a much higher level with much greater effects, making the powers even more powerful. As you might imagine, that's in par with all the crazy crap that other people can pull off with the heroic and legendary edges that they can get access to. So that's a sense of what's coming in Shaintar Legends Unleashed. It is a very, very powerful book for Savage Worlds gamers. Probably going to take a while for this one to upload because it's a long update. But there you go. At least we know what you're looking forward to when this thing finally kicks off. As always, thanks for your support and positive thoughts.